The icy peaks of Mount Everest hold many secrets, none more captivating than the fate of Andrew Irvine. In 1924 he vanished high on the mountain with his climbing partner George Mallory. Lost to the world for almost a century, Irvine became a legend. His story, a poignant reminder of the power and peril of nature. For decades, climbers and historians have debated their fate. Did they reach the summit of Everest before their tragic demise? The question remained unanswered, a mystery locked in the icy grip of the world's highest peak. The year was 1924. Mount Everest, the world's tallest peak, remained unconquered and mysterious. Its summit, a glittering prize sought after by the most daring adventurers of the time. Among them were George Mallory, a seasoned climber, and Andrew Irvine, a young engineer with a thirst for the unknown. Their expedition, a bold endeavor, captured the world's imagination and hearts. Equipped with rudimentary gear and fueled by an unyielding spirit, they set off to conquer the mighty Everest, their goal to stand on the top of the world. Their journey was fraught with danger. The biting cold, the treacherous ice falls, the ever-present threat of altitude sickness. But Mallory and Irvine pressed on, their determination fueled by a shared dream. Little did they know, their expedition would become a legend in history. Their names, forever etched in the annals of mountaineering history. Mount Everest is not for the faint of heart. Standing at a staggering 29,032 feet, it is the highest point on Earth, a place where only the most determined and prepared dare to venture. The allure of reaching the summit has captivated climbers for decades, but this majestic peak is as deadly as it is beautiful. It's a place of extremes. The weather can change in an instant, transforming from clear skies to violent storms that can last for days. Temperatures can drop to as low as -60 degrees Fahrenheit, and the wind can howl at speeds of over 100 miles per hour, making it feel even colder. A brutal and unforgiving environment where the air is thin and the temperatures plummet to bone-chilling lows. The lack of oxygen at such high altitudes means that every step is a struggle, and the risk of frostbite and hypothermia is ever present. Climbers must be prepared for the worst, as the mountain shows no mercy. The mountain is a monstrous beast, waiting to swallow those who dare to challenge its dominion. Its sheer size and scale are awe-inspiring, but they also serve as a stark reminder of the dangers that lie ahead. The journey to the summit is fraught with peril, and only the strongest and most determined will succeed. Climbers face a myriad of dangers here. The terrain is treacherous, with steep slopes, loose rocks, and deep crevasses that can appear without warning. The physical demands of the climb are immense, and the mental strain can be just as challenging. Every decision must be carefully considered, as one wrong move can be fatal. Avalanches can roar down the slopes with terrifying speed, burying everything in their path. These massive walls of snow and ice can be triggered by the slightest disturbance, and they leave no time for escape. The sound of an avalanche is a climber's worst nightmare, a reminder of the mountain's immense power. Crevasses, hidden beneath treacherous layers of snow, lie in wait to swallow the unwary. These deep, narrow cracks in the ice can be nearly impossible to see, and a single misstep can send a climber plunging into the abyss. Navigating these hidden dangers requires skill, experience, and constant vigilance. And then there's the altitude. As climbers ascend, the air becomes thinner and thinner, making it increasingly difficult to breathe. The lack of oxygen can cause a range of symptoms, from headaches and dizziness to nausea and fatigue. Every breath is a struggle, and the higher you go, the harder it gets. As climbers ascend, the air thins, making every breath a struggle. Supplemental oxygen can help, but it is not a guarantee of safety. The effects of high altitude can be unpredictable, and even the most experienced climbers can be caught off guard. The risk of altitude sickness is ever present, and it can strike without warning. Altitude sickness can strike without warning, leaving its victims disoriented and fighting for their lives. Symptoms can range from mild to severe, and in the worst cases, it can be fatal. The only cure is to descend to a lower altitude, but that is not always possible. Climbers must be constantly aware of their own condition and the condition of their teammates. Everest is a test of human endurance, both physical and mental. It demands respect, it demands caution. The climb is a grueling ordeal that pushes the body and mind to their limits. Every step is a battle, and the mountain will test your resolve in ways you never imagined. But for those who succeed, the reward is a sense of accomplishment that few can match, and it often demands a heavy price. The mountain is littered with the remains of those who have perished in their quest to reach the summit. These memorials serve as a sobering reminder of the risks involved, and a testament to the bravery and determination of those who have dared to challenge the world's highest peak. Everest is not just a mountain, it is a symbol of the human spirit's unyielding desire to conquer the impossible. Section 4, A Ghost Emerges, the discovery that shocked the world. A century after Irvine's disappearance, a team of experienced climbers embarked on an expedition to Everest. These climbers were seasoned veterans, well-versed in the perils and challenges that the world's highest peak presented. They had trained for months, meticulously planning every detail of their journey, ensuring they were prepared for any eventuality. They were not searching for lost climbers. Their primary objective was far from the romantic notion of uncovering historical mysteries. Instead, they were focused on a mission of global importance. They knew the mountain held its secrets close. The treacherous terrain, the unpredictable weather, and the sheer altitude made Everest a formidable adversary. Every step was a battle against nature itself. Their mission was to document the impact of climate change on the world's highest peak. They aimed to gather crucial data that could help scientists understand how the planet's changing climate was affecting even the most remote and inhospitable places on Earth. But fate, it seemed, had other plans. As they ascended higher, the mountain began to reveal its hidden stories. The climbers faced unexpected challenges, from sudden snowstorms to treacherous icefalls, testing their resolve and determination. As they navigated the treacherous slopes, a startling discovery stopped them in their tracks. Amidst the ice and snow, something caught their eye, a shape that seemed out of place in the desolate landscape. At an elevation of over 8,000 meters, partially entombed in ice and snow, lay the body of a climber. The sight was both eerie and poignant, a stark reminder of the mountain's unforgiving nature. The world watched with bated breath as news of the discovery spread. Media outlets around the globe picked up the story, and soon, the mystery of the body on Everest became a topic of intense speculation and intrigue. Could this be the long-lost Andrew Irvine? The question echoed in the minds of historians, mountaineers, and the general public alike. Irvine, who had disappeared along with George Mallory in 1924, had become a legend in the annals of mountaineering history. The climbing gear, the clothing, the location, it all pointed to the young climber who had vanished into the mists of time. The discovery reignited debates and discussions about the fateful 1924 expedition. Experts analyzed the gear, comparing it to historical records, and the evidence seemed to align with the possibility that this was indeed Irvine. The discovery was not just a moment of historical significance, it was a poignant reminder of the human spirit's relentless pursuit of exploration and adventure. The climbers who found the body were deeply moved, realizing they had stumbled upon a piece of history that had been frozen in time for nearly a century. As they carefully documented their findings, they knew they were part of a story that transcended generations, a story of courage, determination, and the enduring mystery of Mount Everest. Section 5. A Climber's Legacy, Unveiling the Past on Everest's Slopes. The recovery of Irvine's body was a delicate and dangerous operation. The team faced treacherous conditions with icy winds and steep, slippery slopes, making every step a challenge. The altitude added another layer of difficulty, as the thin air made breathing laborious and every movement exhausting. The team worked tirelessly, braving the harsh conditions to bring him down from the mountain with the respect he deserved. Each member of the rescue team knew the significance of their mission. They were not just retrieving a body, they were honoring a legacy, a story that had been frozen in time for decades. Every piece of equipment, every scrap of clothing was handled with the utmost care. These weren't just artifacts, they were tangible connections to a bygone era of exploration, symbols of human endurance and the relentless pursuit of discovery. They were pieces of history, frozen in time. Each item told a story, from the worn-out boots that had trudged through snow and ice, to the ropes that had been the lifelines of these brave adventurers. Clues that could shed light on the final moments of Irvine and Mallory's ill-fated expedition. The photographs, though faded, captured the determination and spirit of these climbers, their eyes set on the summit that had eluded so many before them. The world waited eagerly as experts began their meticulous examination. Scientists and historians alike pored over the artifacts, each hoping to uncover a piece of the puzzle that had baffled the world for so long. The discovery sent ripples through the historical community. News of the find spread quickly, with media outlets around the globe covering the story. Historians debated the implications, while the public watched with bated breath. Could this finally provide answers to the questions that had lingered for decades? The possibility of solving one of mountaineering's greatest mysteries captivated everyone, from seasoned climbers to armchair adventurers. Was Irvine carrying the camera that could hold the ultimate proof of their summit attempt? The camera, if found, could reveal whether Irvine and Mallory had reached the summit before their tragic end. The world held its breath, hoping for a glimpse into the past. The anticipation was palpable, as everyone waited to see if the camera's film had survived the harsh conditions and could finally tell the story of that fateful climb.